Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1. Because I'm wearing my special hat, and because I'm wearing my special hat at the beginning of these videos, I like to wish you, if it is your birthday, a very special happy birthday. As I've said before, not a regular birthday, a very special happy birthday. Today's topic is somewhat serious, but I sort of want to get your feedback on this, and it stems from an experience that I had driving back from Kentucky. I was actually visiting with cameraman Brian last weekend, and it involves spare tires. And this is a compact spare tire. Well, compact for my Acura Vigor. This is what this is out of, and this is, well, actually I have a smaller one in the Integra, but anyway, it's fairly typical of a spare tire that we have, even if we have them, because it seems these days that the spare tire has gone away for savings of cost and weight and what have you, since everybody seems to have a cell phone now and they can just get on the phone and say, hey, come get me, or run flat tires or whatever. But this all started with me coming back from Kentucky. As I said, I was driving up the highway and I got behind somebody in the fast lane. I was driving the Integra and it was Sunday, so there wasn't a lot of traffic. I'll just say that. Let's just say I was going a little bit over the speed limit, and in front of me was looked like a Grand Prix that had one of these on the back wheel. And I was definitely going faster than 50 miles an hour, because if you read this little thing here, it says maximum speed 50 miles an hour. Now, I'm sort of getting back on some of those people that get on me for not torquing things and the procedures that I should follow sometimes that I don't necessarily follow. Well, some of you are out there driving around on these at highway speeds instead of the 50 miles an hour that they're recommended for. And they're also for temporary use only. And I've seen on more than one occasion where this has come into the shop and is pretty much bald, as if it has been on there for several months. Now I get it, times are tough. But as I've also said in other videos, that tires are the most important part of your vehicle, and beyond worth the investment of any money that you might be able to have to spare on it, pun intended. But driving around on these at highway speeds for long periods of time isn't safe. And I bring this up because it's not safe for the rest of us that are on the highway. It's not just not safe for you, because if you end up causing an accident or something like that, not only would you get hurt, but you may hurt somebody else in the process. So I wanted to do just PSA, if you want to call it that, about this. Like I said, times are tough, I get it, but get out of the fast lane. At the very least, what are you doing in the fast lane going 80 miles an hour with one of these? What are you doing? Seriously. Now, I'll give you this. You had it on the rear, which I suppose is helpful to some degree, but people yelled at me for saying to put the best tires on the front in the video that I did about that, stating that the best place to put new tires is on the back, which is common wisdom, because you don't want the back end to oversteer as you're going around a corner. I mean, that's the idea. So you would potentially lose control of the vehicle with bald tires on the rear when you would make a sharp corner, because the back end would continue to go. That's called oversteer. Understeer is when you're turning the wheel and you keep going straight. So it's understeering. Oversteering is when you steer and it steers too much. But that is what those dangers are. But even so, come on. The other thing I'll admit to being guilty of myself. You're supposed to check the tire pressures in these like whenever you rotate tires, or at the very least once a year during services. I hated doing it because if you notice, the valve stem is right there. This sits in the vehicle like this. So in other words, if there's a bunch of things in the trunk all piled on top of even the access to this, not only do you have to remove all that stuff, but you then have to remove the tire, or at least get it up and out of the way so you can access the little valve stem. So really, a pain in the butt to do, I get it, but these things save your butt. Say you're out in a remote area and your tire blows out. Well, you know, jack and the means to change this, you're good to go. It'll get you where you need to be. That's what this is. Temporary use only. It says it right on the outside of the tread there, or not on the tread, on the sidewall. It says it right on the sidewall, temporary use only. But I just wanted to bring this up, throw this out to the group, and find out what your experiences are with this. I mean, have you used one of these and maybe had one go out on you, and what was your experience with that? I hope you're okay. Like I said, I'm driving back, I'm seeing this guy, he's going 80 miles an hour down the road with one of these tires on the back. So maybe, you know, instead of going 80 miles an hour in the fast lane, maybe go 55, 60 in the slow lane. That way, if you do have a problem, you can pull over. I don't know. That just kind of got to me. And I'm throwing this back to the group and seeing what your experiences are with spare tires and like that. And if you're a technician, how often have you filled them up? I know that, you know, if it's your car, you want it to work. So you'll go through all that trouble. You'll take all that stuff out of your trunk. But man, I've seen some rolling dumpsters. I've seen trunks full of stuff that I did not want to touch. And yeah, I'll post a link in the description to that discussion that I did. But anyway, spare tires. What do you think? What are your experiences? Am I completely off base with this? I'm not trying to be a nanny here, but like I said, I didn't feel safe behind this guy. So I got around him as soon as I could. And I was happy to have him behind me. Anyway, if you have automotive questions, I ask that you head to ericthecarguy.com. I'll link that in the description for you to make it easy. I'll also link other information that pertains to this video in the description so that you can peruse that. I always put more information in the description, so go down there and check. I also close all my videos with be safe, have fun, stay dirty, and I will see you next time. Now I'm going to go air this thing up before I put it back in the trunk. Oh yeah, and thanks for watching.